so this device down here is called a function generator, and it will allow you to set the frequency of the output here. Notice the output that I'm using here is the 50 ohm output, and the kind of connector that I'm using looks like this right here. Here's our positive lead and our negative lead right here. I can set the frequencies here, and I can also set the output or the peak voltage using this output level right here. This device on the top is a function generator, and I have a connector exactly like the one I have on my function generator right here, going into channel 1 labeled in yellow. Now I'm going to go directly out of the function generator and go right into, so I'm just connecting those two together like that, right out of the function generator, right into channel 1 of the oscilloscope. Now one of the things we first want to set up on the oscilloscope is what's called the attenuation. So you want to be able to get a menu that looks like this. You might have to hit this menu button right here, for example. And notice I have my probe set to 1x voltage. So if that one doesn't say 1x voltage, just press right here, and then of course you got voltage like that, and then look at attenuation, make sure it's set to 1. You can use this multi-purpose knob on here to make sure it's set to 1, and then press it to accept that value. The other thing we want to do is kind of adjust the scale on the oscilloscope screen here. So this number right here says 5 volts, and what that means is that each one of these vertical divisions corresponds to 5 volts. Now what I can do is I can change that so that it reads 2 volts per division by adjusting this knob right here. So I'm going to crank that up, and you can see now it's 2 volts per division. That's the vertical scale. Also, I want to change the horizontal scale as well. And so right here I have 500 microseconds per division horizontally. So to change that number here, I go over to this scale right here, turn that knob, and you can see now that I'm right at 250 microseconds. Some other adjustment knobs that you might need to use are these vertical position scales. This will raise the waveform up or down. Or I also might need to switch or to move the waveform left to right. So for that one I'm using the horizontal position. And in most cases we want this waveform to cross right at the origin, so I'm going to try to do that like so. Alright, so that gives you kind of an overview of these devices. Again, this is a function generator, an oscilloscope, and you're going to get familiar with the different buttons and features on the oscilloscope in this lab.